Hey everybody, this is Alan Fine. I'm here with Ray Snitsky, who is the Group President Distribution for ALG Vacations. We're going to talk about a conference they're having right now. The topic, how many travel suppliers do you know that actually sit around and talk about kindness? We're going to do that also here on Insider Travel Report. Ray, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks for having me, Alan. I appreciate it. Great to see you again.
Listen, let's talk about the concept of kindness and how you could build a whole conference around that.
Yeah, I can tell you I'm sitting here right now beaming with gratitude and happiness from just concluding my 2 days here. So we've had two groups that we've had come in. We had 40 under 40 that were part of this kindness conference, as well as we had people with 20 years or more experience. So about 100 advisors that we have here. And we brought in outside speakers and so forth. But one of the rare conferences from a business where we're not trying to get more bookings, we're not trying to do booking incentives. It's all about really trying to change people's lives and invest. And during that time period, in addition to all the speakers and some of the educational things to get better, we actually did our give back program where we went to a school and an orphanage and we raised about $20,000. We all helped paint the school and make a big contribution to make someone's life a little bit better.
That's great. But now let's talk about the actual kindness concept and what you're talking about and how you're dissecting it.
Yeah, we've broken it into three pillars. It's kindness to yourself, kindness to others, and kindness in travel. And we just feel like our world just needs a little more kindness. And so it's really a focal point that it started out as an initiative. It became a movement, and it's really a cultural part of who we are. And it's just something that fills us with gratitude. Tomorrow's never promised, and what we can do to be kinder to each other and help support each other. We all don't know what everyone's going through. And so if you can lead with kindness, it's always a great opportunity to help people's lives be a little bit better.
So why is kindness so important to ALG?
Well, I think it comes with an expectation. We're leaders in our space, and I think there's an obligation for leaders to be innovative and try things differently. And I think that's one of the drives for kindness. We feel like it's something that our team was completely behind. The energy, just seeing our team of colleagues all wanting to make a difference in people's lives is really rewarding. Our purpose as a company is we care for people so they can be their best. And so we felt this kindness initiative was another great extension of that purpose.
Okay, so who are we talking to?
Hi, I'm Amy Galloway. I'm a travel advisor with Waymaker Travel.
Let's just talk about this conference and the concept of kindness. What does kindness mean to you?
So kindness means to me is showing outward acts of care, acts of service, acts of love. We talked a lot about how being nice is not the same as being kind. So being nice is just saying hello or being cordial, but being kind is actually doing the act. So going out of your way if you see something that needs to be done to do it, you don't always have to be right. We talked about it a lot. You don't always have to be right. Sometimes it's better to be kind than it is to be right.
And so how do you incorporate that, or how do you plan to incorporate that as you continue being a travel advisor?
So some ways in my business that I've already thought of is to do a little bit extra. So if clients book a shared transfer, but I know a private is a little bit better, just pay the extra. Just do that little extra because it's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for their family. It's not about the money at the end of the day. It's about providing a great experience. So another thing that I already do, but I'm going to maybe change a little bit is after everyone gets home, I send out a handwritten note. So just that little extra of thank you for choosing me. Thank you for traveling with me. Thank you for making me part of your memories. So something like that, just to keep doing that. It's inspired me a little bit more, maybe to do a little bit more for the kids and stuff. But I feel really inspired.
In the conference, was there a story of kindness that really resonated with you that you could tell us now?
Yeah, actually. So I had a little bit, like everyone in the world, I had some flights that were canceled for some of my clients. So Cassie's actually here right now. I was up until 3 a.m. trying to fix that for them, trying to find new flights. And another travel advisor that's here sent some room service to my room. Makes me kind of emotional, but sent some coffee, some snacks. She stayed up with me, not in my room, but on our chat, just talking to me, giving me some tips about like how to communicate with the airlines to get across what I was trying to get, and stayed up with me until I was completely done until 3 a.m. So that is just something that people don't do these days. And it really touched my heart.
She didn't have to do that, but she did it with that extra that you're talking about.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay, so tell us who you are.
Yeah. My name is Rebecca Smiley. My agency is Smiley Travel, but my host is KHM in Brunswick.
Let's talk about the concept of kindness. What does
Sure.
it mean to you?
Yeah, I think so many people fall into the trap, especially in the Midwest where I'm from, of being nice and mistaking that for kindness. And I think I love how that's such a focus of this week, how sometimes being kind is having the hard conversations, the ones that might get awkward or might get real really quickly, because it's kind of about caring about that person at their core and not just caring for their comfort at the end of the day.
And so did you pick up any new tips on kindness from the conference?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think any of the tips are relevant, not just in business, but in person. I mean, with your friendships, with your relationships, with any of it, you can take what you learn at this conference and kind of bring it home in that sense. But I think when it comes to clients, I mean, we talked a lot about, like I said, going kind of beyond just that comfort, taking the next step, so to say. I think it's easy to send someone on a vacation, but it's a totally different thing to really send them on their vacation and something that's totally meant for just them. And so I think this conference really focuses in on taking it the next step, not just being nice.
And so do you have in your mind's eye when you go back to work, how you will incorporate kindness? Do you have something planned coming up for someone?
I think it's more myself too, not just necessarily my clients. I think the first person, which we kind of talked about a lot in the conference, you put your own oxygen mask on before putting it on for others. And so I think for me, I want to go home and really think about how I'm doing things and use kindness to myself to be better for my clients. So not necessarily a specific person in mind besides just me right now.
Okay, good answer. Now, in the conference, was there a single story of kindness that really resonated with you?
I think the first one that came to mind was actually Bart. He was one of the speakers for the conference. He is awesome. And I remember he came up to me, he looked at me like the eye contact was to your soul with him. And he remembers your name instantly, which I'm terrible at names. So I was just even blown away with that. But I remember he gave me a rock. And the first thought in my head was, this guy, I don't know, he's giving me a rock. And he has these things he carries around. They're called gratitude stones. And when he sees someone he thinks is going out of their way to be kind and not just nice, he gives it to someone. And so it was the first night there. We did like a candlelight ceremony at the pool, and we put intentions on like a little lantern and floated it down the pool. And some people's lanterns were getting stuck like on. There's like divots in the pool where some lawn chairs are, and they just weren't included with the rest of the group, and it looked kind of like almost sad. So Kelly, one of the other participants, and I went and got them, and he, I guess, was watching us do that. Like we weren't really doing it to be seen, and he came over and he like had a whole conversation with us and gave us these rocks, and it's been in my pocket ever since because it just kind of makes me think like, okay, what can I do more like that with every moment?
So should we be carrying rocks in our pocket?
Right? It's working for me. I don't know. Maybe everyone should try it.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for talking to us. And so who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Kes Sullivan. I'm from Accent Travel. I'm the Chief Travel Specialist.
And what does kindness mean to you?
So kindness to me really means giving something that isn't expected, that is more on the real side. So I'm a New Yorker, and how we say the difference between nice and kind is somebody who's nice will stop, will acknowledge that something is going on and say, I'm sorry this is happening to you. Somebody that's kind will stop and actually do something. So being kind is about taking action and actually doing something. It's a mix of empathy and action. If that without doing something, you're not actually being kind. You're not providing care. So that's kind of where I see kindness.
And was that your concept of it prior to this conference, or was it
Absolutely.
augmented?
No, that was absolutely my concept of it prior to this conference. I'm never one to do the nice thing. I'm always one to do the kind thing, the right thing. Well, not the right thing, the thing that's going to make this, that's going to show care to the person that I'm giving the kindness.
And as you go back to travel agenting, do you have plans for some kindness immediately?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to be kind of adjusting a little bit how I present myself to my clients, how I present myself to my people in my office, in my team. I'm going to, honestly, I came into this conference with the intention of being able to give more than I take. And that's still the intention that I'm bringing back to the office.
And you're doing this interview, which is also giving more.
Absolutely. I was so thrilled to do it.
And so my final question that I'm asking everyone is, could you tell us a kindness story that came up during the conference that resonated with you?
Oof, there's just been so many. I feel like this conference has been, honestly, I'm going to give it to Jackie. Jackie putting on this conference alone is the kindness.
Jackie Marks we're talking about.
Jackie Marks, yes, absolutely. So the reasoning for that is by putting on this conference, she's showing kindness to the travel industry. She is giving us agents an experience that we don't get in the travel industry at all. We do not get proper professional development on how to make ourselves better versus how to make our business better. Every time we do conferences and programs, there's always suppliers, there's always, what can you do for your business? And how can you make your business better? What are you going to do to make you more money? This event was, what can you do for yourself? And what can you do for the people around you to make yourself better, so then your business can be better that way? And that's where I am on this conference. So my thanks and my kindness goes to Jackie Max on this one.
So this was a conference where there were no suppliers there.
No, there was not a single supplier. We did not talk numbers. We did not talk what to sell, how to sell it. That's not what we didn't talk about selling. We didn't talk about product, nothing. We talked about how to listen to the people around us. We talked about how to do extra that most people don't. We talked about how to really embrace being present in the space and being here now.
So let me ask you one last question. If a travel advisor wants to learn how to get involved in all this kindness, and where should they go?
ALGvacations.com has everything. They have everything listed there. So just go on there and you'll find the information and get yourself to the next conference. It's amazing.
Thank you for talking to us.
My pleasure. I'm happy to help.